Welcome to Black Moon Coven. Today is a DIY video. I'm at my creative table right now. So today we are going to do a incense holder. So here we go. This is my incense holder. I crafted this for my altar, and these bottle holders work really great because the incense ash and the sticks and everything will get trapped below. No one will see it because it's solid black. All they will see is the smoke coming out of this bottle, making it look so witchy, so cool. But the basis of this project is you're going to use a key ring holder. So that's one of these things on your keys, most definitely. And you're going to attach the incense inside of it, and you're going to just let it dangle there. The smoke is going to unfurl and come out of this bottle. So it's just a little modern incense holder, I guess, self-cleaning incense holder. So that's pretty awesome. It's totally recyclable. That's really great. So what you're going to need for this project is you're going to need your bottle, your incense holder. These bottles I got from Walgreens, not Walmart, Walgreens. I got them from Walgreens, and it is this tea right here, Pure Leaf Tea. So I'm sure everyone probably heard of that brand, maybe not. But Pure Leaf Tea is a really great organic tea. But anyways, their bottles work so great for this project because they're all uniform down. So the smoke can travel freely through the bottle. You don't want to use a bottle like this because the smoke gets trapped inside of the neck or down below, and it'll dye out your incense every time, and it's so annoying to have to keep relighting it. So get a bottle that is uniform in shape, you know, so no curvature, just straight down. So Pure Leaf Teas, these are really inexpensive too, so that's really great. You're going to need black paint, white paint for designs. If you don't want to do designs, if you want to just leave it black, that's totally up to you. Paintbrushes, of course, because we're going to be painting, and a little paint dish to kind of put all of your paint into. So yeah, let's, oh yes, the most important part, the key ring. This is like a 1-inch key ring, so anything that sits on top of the bottle, that's not too big because it'll tend to float around, but it sits on top of the bottle and doesn't fall into, so that's a good key ring. My kind of way to decide that is if you just, that is a great key ring, good size, because it fits just right over the opening of the bottle. So that's kind of how you could, there you go, I dropped it. That's kind of how you could figure that out. So first things first is we're going to take this bottle and we're going to paint it solid black. So you're going to take your black paint and you're going to paint it solid black. Now this might take a couple of coats. I'm not really sure how good your paint is or how good your painting skills are. I like to do it in a couple of solid coats, but if you leave it kind of, so if you spread the paint around, it gives you kind of like a scary shade of black, so you could kind of still see on the inside. So if you like that, that's totally cool. So we're just going to paint this bottle all the way around. Yeah, this part will take a little while. I recommend putting the bottle on something so then you don't get paint all over it. Standing the bottle up and kind of holding it by the this thing, the top of the bottle. I don't know if there's even a name for it, but yeah, you're just going to paint. So these are really great for your altars and everything else because, like I said, they're self-cleaning. You don't have to clean. You don't have to clean ash off of your altar because of those incense stick like holders. They tend not to catch all the ash, and it kind of makes me mad because you can't find a good one where it catches all the ash without spending a lot of money, and I'm not going to spend like too much money on an incense holder. That's a little crazy. For me, at least. Other people might not see it as crazy. I don't know. I don't want to spend like $20 on an incense holder. So, there's other ways to do incense holders too. I've seen people do them out of clay, where you could just literally poke a hole inside of like a clay ball. That's fine as well, but this one is great, again, because it's self-cleaning, so there you go. So you're just going to put on a second coat of black paint, making sure that it's kind of uniform all the way around. Painting glass is pretty tricky because, you know, if you don't spread the paint evenly, you will get these like almost transparent lines that kind of go through the bottle. So just kind of take your time, spread the paint evenly around. And this is a fast drying paint. I actually got all of my supplies from Joann Fabrics, my all-time favorite craft store. So I got all these supplies from Joann Fabrics. Even the paintbrushes too, I guess. So this is going to be like the second coat. Just go around it. And try to paint one way. So if you are painting like down or up and down, whatever, try to stick to that way. It'll give you a more even coat. But this paint, I always pick up like big bottles of black paint because I tend to paint everything in black. So this one, here we go, it's called Apple Barrel. It's an indoor and outdoor gloss black paint. So it's actually for like patio furniture and things like that. It's quick drying, easy cleanup gloss acrylic paint. It is really great because you don't have to buy like a lacquer or anything. It gives it a nice glossy finish without that extra step of lacquering it and everything else. So it's a quick drying paint, so we should be almost ready to paint our designs on it. So yeah, it only took about 2 coats of paint. I might put a third one on there because I do see some transparencies and I'm such a perfectionist. So yeah, we're probably gonna do one more coat of black paint on this guy just to really seal in that black and make it totally not see-through. However, if you do like the see-through look, you could paint on one really thin layer and that would look pretty cool. Maybe I'll do like designs for my next one. Maybe I will, you know, maybe I will start selling them on my Etsy page. Yay! But a design I think would look really cool too, like maybe some like trees or something. I'm not really that great with painting. I know how to paint stuff black, but I can't really, I'm not really a great artist, I guess I should say. So the last step is to obviously paint where your hand was holding. So you just go around with the paintbrush and paint right where your hand was. Try not to get paint on yourself, but you're painting, so it is going to happen. Try to get it in all the little nooks and crannies because there is like, you know, it's a screw top bottle, you know, to secure it. So it is going to have all those little lines there. So, you know, don't get paint all over that. So as it's drying, I'm going to talk about the incense that I use. So I am obsessed with lavender incense. I buy them by like wholesale. I have to go to the metaphysical shop, which I love, Alchemy Arts. It's my all-time favorite metaphysical store here in Chicago. Oh, I love going there. I always splurge when I go there. But they usually have a really great deal on incense. 5 packages, get 1 free, and their incense are like $1.50 for these big HEM incense. I don't know if it's HEM or hem. I'm not really sure, but I say HEM, and it is $1.50. Totally not lying. Oh, so good. I love these HEM incense. They're probably my favorite. I tend to use more incense sticks than cones. preferably because you can put out a incense stick. You can put out a cone one as well. It's just so much messier. Incense sticks are my preferred way to go, but you know, you probably would like cones or incense sticks or whatever, what have you. I do have some cones and I use them for like rituals or spells or tarot readings that kind of require a longer time to burn, because incense sticks go quickly. You'll start to smell it in the air and then it'll kind of, oh, the incense stick, you know, is done. You have to get more. So that's how I always go and get like 6 or 7 packages. But I love lavender incense. They are my very, very favorite. So HEM is my preferred brand of incense, because I noticed that the fragrance lasts longer. So even if the incense stick dies out, the fragrance there lasts a whole lot longer than other incense. So that's kind of why it is my preferred brand. I'm really big on smells, especially in my own house. I'm like, ugh, I don't want it to smell gross. Especially, I mean, that's everyone with their whole house. So we're going to put another coat on top here. So there we go. We're just going to let that dry, and we're going to decide what elements to kind of put on the front of it. So as I said, I'm not a very good artist. I really am not. So I choose designs that are super simple, especially with drawing and painting, because I like have no skills in that area whatsoever. But here I painted the elements, or the elemental symbols, kind of on it, haphazardly. But that's kind of what we're going to do today too. Or maybe we should do the moon phases. Should we do the moon phases? Let's do a triple moon symbol on this one. It'll be really cute. Let's try it. Let's challenge ourselves. I don't know. So while that's drying, I also want to take a little time to talk about the tea that I'm drinking today. The tea that I am drinking right now is my own herbal blend. You can find it on my Etsy store, but it is called the Holy Diviner Blend, with all natural black tea, lavender, and peppermint. Oh, such a really great combination. It's really fragrant. You can taste the peppermint. It's a really great morning tea, because I find black tea is like super strong, and sometimes it's just not great for the morning. But with the peppermint and lavender, it's so soothing and calming and gives you that like boost for the day. So I really recommend checking out my tea blends on Etsy, and I will link that in the comments, or in the description below. I will link that. But you know, there you go. So there's a little tea for the morning. So this guy looks like he's just about dry. So we're going to get a smaller paintbrush out. So paintbrush that is smaller for detailing, things like that. These paintbrushes are really shit, by the way. These ones, I have some from Michael's, but I bought some from like a dollar store, I think, and they're like literally plastic. But they're okay for doing like little things like this. So either way. So now you take your white paint or gray paint or gold paint or whatever paint. Maybe red would look cool too, because it's black. But white paint does tend to kind of show up better on black paint. Okay, so we're just about dry here. So I'm going to put the white paint on here, because I don't want to mix it up with my other black paint. So you only need like a little tiny drop of white paint. And this paint is by Craftsmart. It's a multi-surface premium satin paint. So again, there is the no step of lacquering. You don't need to lacquer it, because it comes with that same finishy gloss type of finish. So here we go. We're going to paint we're gonna paint the triple moon, even though it might come out like total shit, but we'll see. So you pick a side that you really like, and I'm just gonna go with the side right here. And in the middle, you're going to want to paint a full moon, and you're going to kind of decide how big you want it, where do you want it, blah 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 when you're painting it. So you're going to paint a full moon, so basically a circle with the white paint, because that's the full moon is just a big circle in the sky. So we're going to paint, or try to paint, a perfect circle. We'll think about that. But so you're gonna need a lot of black or white paint just to kind of fill this in. So there's my little circle. Should I make it bigger? Nah. And I actually like that the white paint doesn't fill it all the way, that the black paint kind of comes through. It gives it more of like a moon look to it. You know, people might not agree, but it does give it more of like a moony look to it. So on the other sides of the moon, if you've ever seen a triple moon symbol, there's 2 crescent moons on each side of the full moon. So my little trick how to do that is draw a circle or an O, and then on 2 sides draw a C. So I will demonstrate that for you guys right here. We're going to draw a nice looking C, and then fill that C with a moon type of shape. And it doesn't have to be like totally perfect. You're not selling this item, you know, this is just for your use only. Maybe you could gift it if you are really good at this. Maybe you could gift me one, because I am horrible at painting and doing stuff like that. But I thought this would be a fun little project to do. Okay, so we are painting our moons. Okay, so triple moon symbol. And I'll show it close up. It's not perfect. I admit that. It's not perfect. I'm not a professional artist. I'm not. That's why I chose really simple symbols. But if you guys want to do this one, it's literally the elemental symbols kind of arranged together like that. So yeah, we need something else on this. We need something else. Let's put some dots, because I am like obsessed with dots everywhere on my makeup, on bottles and everything else. I'm kind of obsessed with that. So we're just going to put a couple of little dots here and there just to kind of fill up space. Might do a little pentagram on the bottom, if this paintbrush will allow me. So definitely get better paintbrushes when you're doing this. This plastic one is not great, but oh well, it's not like, again, you're not selling the item, so you don't have to be like overly cautious of what you do and how you do things. I feel like arts and crafts really needs to come back into the witches community, because you can buy everything online doesn't mean that you have to or you should. I feel like, yeah, DIY and crafting your own tools and everything should definitely come back to the witches community. That's how I feel. I definitely have felt like that way for a very long time. And I try to craft my own tools as much as I can, and I try to craft other people's tools, you know, through my Etsy and things. So okay. So I only did the one side of my, you know, little thing. So I'm gonna push that forward. I only did one side of this incense holder, but if you want to do multiple sides, that's fine. But here it is. It's not great. it's a rushed job. This video is getting pretty long, but you get the basis idea of it. If you wanted to do a different design, you can paint it black again and do it over. Here is, you know, this took hours of work. I really put everything into this, and I had to repaint it a couple of different times. But without further ado, let's put in our incense stick. So we are getting our lavender incense out, or whatever incense you want to do. And how I like to do this is you take the incense and you separate the key ring towards the bottom, and then you kind of put the stick in there. You have to be careful not to break the stick, the incense stick, so then you kind of push it up and secure it through the other side. So it should look like this. So you see how I pull the incense stick through all the way to the wooden part goes all the way to the top, and it's kind of in the center there. So now I'm going to light my incense stick. So if you're young and you can't use fire, maybe use an adult supervision. But sometimes they don't light correctly at first. Never blow out your incense. I always heard that was bad luck too. But so we're going to put it in the bottle in the middle, and you're going to balance it in there. And ta-da! It's sitting in there, and I don't know if you guys could see, the smoke is coming out of it already. Oh, it looks so great. I don't know if you guys could see, maybe through my black shirt. Maybe I'll use myself as a background, but there you go. The smoke is coming out, and look how cool that looks. So definitely try to make one or craft your more tools more often, because it's really, really rewarding. And then it's cheaper than buying a fancy incense stick holder online. So instead of spending $20, $30, this bottle was, I think, like $2 something, and the keyring was less than $1 at a hardware store. So I spent like $3 to make this, and it works great, and now you have a personal connection with it. So that's kind of the whole idea of DIY projects. But look how cool that looks. The smoke comes out all slowly. Your incense stick is gonna burn all the way through. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this DIY. And it was really kind of hard to make. The video is super, super long, but I hope you enjoyed the DIY as much as I enjoyed making this with you on this beautiful, beautiful morning. So yeah, until next time, we will be doing more DIY sessions, but until next time, if you haven't joined already, join the coven and subscribe for weekly uploads on numerous things: witchcraft, DIY, spooky stuff, which we will get to, I promise. So yeah, until next time, have a beautiful, beautiful morning, and stay grounded and stay centered. So until next time, see ya.